Hey guys, welcome to your reading. So in today's reading, we will be looking at how do men view you, and this is 18 plus. So we're just gonna say things that we typically wouldn't say. So we are going to use this little board too and like sprinkle the astrology dice on here. And then I'm gonna use lots of different decks. So if you guys have never been to a pick a card, hi, my name is Valerie, and what you're going to do is you're going to use your intuition to help guide you into one of these cards. Okay, so maybe you like one of them and you think they're pretty, or maybe you're just intuitively called to it, even if you don't really understand why. So just go ahead and trust yourself, okay? So this one is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. And I will go ahead and I'll put the timestamps down below, and you guys can go there, and I will see you in your reading. Hey guys, welcome to your reading. So if you want to go ahead and get very relaxed and comfortable as we dive in. So group number 1, this is really interesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read to you like the blessing of what this card says. Your compassion, heart, and empathy will grow as a result of the sacrifice you now are being asked to make. Not by another, but by your own soul. You are strong enough to do this, but you have never known for sure because you have never put yourself to the test. Now you will, and you will see just how strong you truly are. So this can mean lots of different things. I feel that men view you as, it's actually very interesting. I think they view you as someone like so precious and something that's very difficult to have and to attain, that when that happens, people are willing to sacrifice. They're willing to work harder, work longer, and try more to be with you. And so there's a lot of empathy and a lot of compassion that you have that men find so pretty and so beautiful about you, especially in this world in today's day and age. Compassion and empathy are not cool. Like, I don't really think it happens very much. I mean, in certain times, in certain places, but it's more compassion for fitting for a certain thing instead of just compassion for all. And there is something very warm and something very inviting, even if there is something complex here, right? Because this is the vampire deck. So you know me, I have a lot of dark decks and a lot of light decks. So with this, she knows her dark side and she knows her light side, and that is something, that is how men are viewing you. The eyes are huge, okay? So the eyes are a big emphasis on her, and she has a very pretty face, very like baby-like. The eyes, you could connect with the eye shape or you could connect with the color. We're going to pull more. They view you like you're a very deep person, and I feel that you have went through many different things, but sometimes that's the absolute best thing to happen to someone, because that's where the compassion can grow, because the more you feel and the more you experience, the greater depth that you have, right, with looking into someone else. So you're very wise. And so let's go ahead and set this over here for now. And we have this fun and sexy board, so let's go ahead and find out, how do men view you, group number 1. Okay, so, and I have this little thing, it's kind of cute. I'm just gonna take a page out. And I'm going to write this as quick as possible. You can skip it if you'd like to, but I'll talk about it while I do it so it's not boring. Okay, so we have the North Node on Late Night Drive. We have Capricorn on Frame. We have Sag on Curious. I feel like Sagittarius are so curious. We have the 7th house on Scent. We have the 6th house on I'll Never Forget You. It almost feels like there's a certain person that's trying to come through. Okay, so my group number 1. So there's a possibility that you could really connect with like a strong north node in your chart. Maybe it's in a really interesting place, or it's making some strong aspects to something. We do have Cap, we have Sag, we have the 7th house of Libra, and we have the 6th house of Virgo. So you could connect with any of this energy. But if you don't, let's see what else it's trying to communicate. So with the North Node on Late Night Drive and how they're viewing you. So the North Node, this is what we want. This is where we need to go. This is our path that we need to take. And it's kind of interesting because the North Node is kind of that path, and it's the direction that we need and that we want, and that nothing will fulfill as much as the North Node will. And it's on Late Night Drive. So, it feels that men are viewing you in a way of almost being so drawn to someone, so into someone, so captivated by someone that they'll go like if it's late, like they'll drive if it's late, or if it's last minute, or if it's kind of breaking the rules. It doesn't really fucking matter because they know what they want. So you're pulling out a very intense feeling. So this is kind of like a feeling type feeling that's coming through. A feeling type feeling. We have Capricorn on frame. So Capricorn will work super hard for whatever it is they want in their life. They're very goal-oriented. They're very wise. They're very mature. And they really like to, since it rules the 10th house in the chart, it's something that's really worth showing off. And that's connected to your frame. So you have a very nice body. Maybe some of you guys really like to work out. Okay, you guys could like to eat healthy. Even if you don't like, you don't work out or you don't do those type of things, there's something that your frame and your build and your body style looks like something that was built, or it looks like something that was worked hard for, because that's Capricorn. And we have Sagittarius with Curious. So men are viewing you as someone who's incredibly interesting, possibly someone who likes to travel, likes to read, likes to learn new things. Sagittarius is all about philosophies of like life or religion, or having a super interesting open mind. And so maybe some of you guys too have kind of like an artsiness, like curiousness, like it's kind of giving me like cute glasses. I know not everyone will wear cute glasses, but it's kind of like this sexy nerd, because Sag is learning, and curious people, they can be nerdy because they want to find out information. And then we have the 7th house. So this is all about love and beauty and relationships. It's the house of marriage. A lot of people that have their sun in the 7th house are incredible decorators. My mom, she loves to decorate, and she did hair. And my sister, she loves to decorate, and she is like a microblader and esthetician and loves makeup. So men are viewing you as someone who's very aesthetically pretty, aesthetically put together, really likes pretty fashion, and even maybe a really good communicator, since Libra is that air communicative sign, and that's connected to your scent. So they're looking at you like you smell like Venetian, okay? So Venetian could be flowers, right? It could also be something sweet, like yummy, like vanilla, coconut, something along those lines. Or it's kind of like you're good enough to eat, like so sexy. Okay, 6th house on I'll Never Forget You. This is interesting, actually. I feel like since the 6th house is the house of work and Virgo and being perfect, there's someone specifically I feel like that wants to come through that feels like I'll never forget you. So I feel like there's someone specific in the workplace, the 6th house, that wants to come through, that could possibly be viewing your social media a lot, or just keeping tabs on you and just feeling like I will never fucking forget that person. Also too, with the 6th house, if you work in an area where there's a lot of men, They are very captivated by you. They really pay a lot of attention on you because the 6th house is ruled by that Mercurial Virgo energy where they're going to analyze and pay attention. They know what color you're wearing. They know, like, they are just in the moment with you. They are completely in reality. And so it feels like you have some people that are really watching you in the work environment. It's really interesting. And even if this could even be telling me too, like, let's say you work with a lot of women, they could recognize this type of beauty, and they could just recognize that you do get a lot more attention than what they're getting. That sounds rude, but that's fine. You guys know I don't mean it like that. But the cards and the vibes, they just come through. So let's go ahead and get some OG Tarot on how do men view group number 1. We have 9 of Pentacles. It's a lot of work. Oh, interesting. Queen of Pentacles. So where's the earth signs at? Okay, and then we have 3 of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords in reversal. Okay, so let's go ahead and just leave it there. Okay, so what I'm seeing with the 9 of Pentacles, this type of woman is very well put together. She's very mature, she's very sensual, she's very sexy. She knows how to dress, she knows how to speak, and she also just knows how to carry herself because she has all the money and that she wants, and she earned it herself. So men are viewing you like you are very independent. You have the ability to make your own money. There's something about the way you dress and the way you carry yourself. You could like nice quality things, right? Like you could be really into like nice shoes or nice jewelry. Even if it's just, you're buying it kind of like cheaper or like Shein, like a better deal, it still looks really nice. And so we have abundance, so Queen of Pentacles. So with this, she's amazing because she's the Empress in action, right? We get to see this amazing Queen of Pentacles. She is like cooking and she's cleaning and she's working. She's a really great mother. And there's something like quite businessy about her because of her incredible abilities to make money. And so they're viewing you as someone who's kind of businesslike, very smart, very grounded, very motherly, very maternal. So they view you as someone that's kind of like cuddly and soft, an amazing kisser, like very good at kissing, cuddling, spending a lot of sweet moments together. That's really Queen of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Wands. So there's a lot of energy here too of traveling. So the 3 of Wands, they know their plan, and it's a very strong energy, very independent energy, cool, creative energy, very communicative too. And so there's a free feeling by being around you. For some of you guys, I think if you do travel or you do ever see anyone out of town, or you like to just go to places you've never been before, there's a very striking look about you that will get noticed. And that could definitely be what we were having over here with the 6th house of work and I'll never forget you. So this is a very striking look. It's very pretty. It's also very natural. So even if you guys do have any work done, the Queen of Pentacles by the 9 of Pentacles, this is earthy, this is pretty, it's like naturally born, gorgeous energy, not just externally, but also something that comes within ourselves because it's Pentacles. Okay, and then we have this Queen of Swords in reversal. So that's kind of interesting because the Queen of Swords, she's so smart, she's so witty, she can cut through the bullshit of anything that she needs to, and she knows if someone's lying, and she could just outwit anybody. And it feels, since it's in reversal, that you almost intimidate men. And I feel like because you do have a lot of independence and a lot of independent wealth, and it looks like you really are, you look good, like you look so good that you look like you taste good. Everything about you looks very put together, very Venetian and sexy. and you're obviously very curious. You really like to learn, and it looks like you're building like your body, or maybe you're even building something to do that has to do with making money. That this can be, I would say, it could be a little bit intimidating sometimes. They could see you as someone who doesn't take any shit either, because the Queen of Swords, if someone talks shit to her, she'll say something back, and she could do it really in a really witty way. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to get into some sexy cards. I just have to kind of cover them. She's actually good. Like, there's no nudity here, but we have the Two of Swords. So what's the choice? What is it? There's a little bit of teasing here. Men view you like you have a lot of options. Obviously, this guy is stuck on her and wanting her, and her eyes are closed, and it looks like she doesn't really care. So, and since the Two of Swords is the ability of kind of like, what do you choose? It feels like you have a lot of choices. Oh, crazy. Three of Wands, Three of Wands. There's a huge passion. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of sexiness. They're viewing you in a very teasing way. Her heels are pretty. She has this little ribbon down on her leg, and she is like flashing her leg, even though her dress is really long and she's wearing a long sleeve. And it looks like they're meeting up in secret. So maybe we're tapping into a little bit of like scorpionic energy, Venus, Pluto energy, almost scorpionic Venus. I feel like you could just turn people on very easily. It looks like they're whispering too. And that could be trying to communicate Gemini, because we have 3-3. So there could be a wittiness, a curiosity. Oh, okay. So we have the 10 of Wands, and I can't show you, but they're out in the forest area, and let's just say like things got really hot really fast. And so they view you as someone that's very tempting. They view you, there's a lot of primal passion, because he ripped off her shirt, and so I feel that you bring, it's almost like the heart, like you get a lot of adrenaline going from men, and a lot of passion, where, oh my goodness, I feel like it happens in inappropriate times. I feel like you could really turn on anybody, even when it's kind of like, is this the right time to do it? It's like, does it matter? Because if you look at that, all of these are kind of giving a very similar vibe of being out. There's something very teasing about you. And what's also very fascinating is in this deck, I know you guys know this deck, you've seen this around, there's a lot of very nude, sexy, erotic pictures, and at almost every single one of your pictures, there's hardly any nudity. And so at the same time, there's something very precious, because we have to remember how this reading started, and it was all about this compassion and this love, right? So in the heart of you, in the soul of you, you're very pure, and you're very compassionate. But I think since people see, like, men see you in this very precious light, it pulls out this more extreme, feeling. Oh, I know what I want to do. Okay, so tell us more about group number ones. How do men view them? So we have the Dandy. So this, I got inspired by the Art of Seduction book by Robert Greene, and he talks about, he like analyzed all different types of people and their seduction styles. And so this one that you got is called the Dandy. So the Dandy is a seducer who experiments with gender non-conformity. So maybe sometimes you like to rock out with just like a t-shirt, and you don't really want that much makeup on, right? You want like a very natural, or it could even be kind of like a surfer girl, skater girl, or just that very natural, like just clear, like no makeup. And at the same time, you could do, you know, switch this where you could be very, very girly, right? And wearing heels and tight dresses and makeup. So we have, I laugh at myself because sometimes, guys, I just have to write random shit. So we have Pixie Dream Girl. And what I was feeling with this is that it kind of gave me the vibe of Tinkerbell, where Tinkerbell was kind of like sassy and really sexy, and her waist was really tiny and her hips were really big, and she just was very cute and she didn't say anything. And I loved her in Peter Pan. And I feel that sometimes you could be sassy, and that makes sense because we do have the Queen of Swords in reversal, and if we read it, it's like gossip and that type of energy, and it kind of felt like Tinkerbell could do that sometimes. Like she could be a little bit, you know, sassy like that. So we have Seductive Eyes. So the eyes are very hypnotic, they're very seductive. I feel like this actually isn't that common. Like I feel like for me, like looking at men, I feel that some men really are seductive and some men really are sexy, and then other people don't really know how to tap into that, or they just, it's something that's very natural. I think it's just something that you communicate with your eyes. And so your eyes are very communicative on your inner feelings. So maybe for some of you guys, you really feel that seduction, right? You're connected to your heart. You're connected to what seduces you. So you know how to, and look, we have these eyes showing. So your eyes are incredibly seductive. So we have the Star. So intrigues, I just kind of copied what it said. So you just intrigue men by being simultaneously real and unreal. So that could kind of be like, you're here one day, you're gone the next. Like you are real, but you're hard to reach, you're hard to get. When I was learning about the Star is like all the celebrities that we follow. So there's something about you being really put up on a very high pedestal. So let's go ahead and get one more. We have Dark Beauty, Mysterious as the Night. So mysteriousness is very sexy because that's kind of the point of reading books or watching movies, because there's this mystery. We don't really know where the story is going to take us or where this book is going to take us, but we know we want to finish it, and we know we have to keep reading it or we have to keep watching it. And that's kind of that North Node late night drive. And so you kind of like pull and like tease men in, and it's kind of like they would like to finish what the story is telling them that they want. Let's go ahead, and this is how do men view you, like spiritually. Okay, so group number 1, how do men view group number 1 in a spiritual sense? Oh, pretty. You have this beautiful purple color. Okay, and we have number 5, so maybe that connects somewhere. Or we could even be number 5, like Leo energy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. When you grow, it is not only in one direction or one part of your life. When you are in a positive process of expansion, there will be a testing time. Sometimes you will feel sure of your progress, and at other times it will seem like the opposite. When one is facing challenges that feel similar, it is worth asking, can I respond differently to how I once would have reacted? There is no need to be disheartened when you feel you are encountering something you thought you had put behind you, nor should new challenges dissuade you from continuing your journey. Instead, be reassured that you are growing in all directions, clearing your path, and becoming ready for the wonder of what is next. Trust in life's inherent goodness and grace. That is so beautiful, because there is something that is just so good and so graceful about you, something so precious about you, something that is very higher chakra energy, and something that is not really in today's world. And so I think that you also give men hope that there's beauty in the world, that you give men hope, that there still is this grace, there still is this good. And so it feels that you're very wifey, like you're very, I would like to make you mine. I would bring you home to my family. Okay, so we have 3. So maybe some Gemini energy. We have S. We have Q. We have 6. We have Y. We have F. We have O. We have V. We have E. We have K. We have R. We have M. We have B. We have O. We have 2. So maybe some Tauruses as well. We have E. We have L. Oh, wait. L. O. V. E. Like you're pure love. Like they see you as love. We have W. Let's go ahead and just get, so we have 5 again. So there could be a connection with Leo, or maybe someone that you're talking to could have Leo-like energy. We have 1. And let's go ahead and get 1 more. And we have 4. So you could connect with this energy. It's maybe someone you're talking to, or you have a crush on, or just someone that pops up. They could connect with this energy too. So I hope it connected with you. I hope it resonated. I'm so grateful that you're here. Every like and every comment makes me super happy. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, beautifuls. Welcome to your reading. So if you want to go ahead and get very relaxed and comfortable as we dive in. So group number 2, how do men view you? So we have call for help, reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it. So what I felt like with her is I felt like she's very precious, and call for help, like reach out, like admit your needs, because this is the type of person that you would want to help, because there's preciousness here. And she gives me like mermaid vibes, Neptunian, dreamlike vibes, but I want to read it. So it is wonderful to have knowledge of when you need to work with protection and shielding. This will help you immensely. So it's talking about an intuitive gift you have. And it talks about how this gift may have been tried to be pushed out of you or away from your senses, or this intuition isn't correct, or you don't rely on your intuition, but it's telling you to do exactly that. So it's a huge card of actually intuition and shielding yourself from fake people or fake relationships or untrustworthy people. And so men can feel your intuitive power. They could feel how you're very in touch with yourself and your feelings, and when you know that things aren't right. And it's not even just feelings, it's just it's intuition. And sometimes intuition, it's just like the high priestess. It may not make sense to other people, but within you, it is incredible, and you do know these things. So you have a certain look in your eye. When you listen, you're really listening. When you're paying attention, you're really paying attention. It is more than just what meets the eye. It's more than just what's on the surface. When you listen, you tap into all of their feelings, and you really know when someone is trustworthy or not. And since men do see that within you, and they see your intuitive abilities and your intuitive power, I think it's that really pretty energy of the Emperor and the Empress, where someone explained it like the Empress will come in and she'll do all these creative things, and like she'll do this and she'll do that, and it's like really beautiful. And then the Emperor comes like just behind her and like helps to stabilize it, because it's 4 and it's a grounded number. And so it feels like you have all these, it could mean different things. Like you have these intuitive abilities, you have these dreams, and you have goals, and you're able to communicate so well and to go in the hearts of others and to really understand people. And so you get this incredible, strong, emperor-like energy that's kind of coming behind you, like next to you, and just has your back. And so men really feel like they want to have your back in many ways. Yeah, it's very interesting. I just started thinking about evolutionary psychology. I will not go down that loophole. Okay, so let's go ahead and sprinkle this on here and find out some more secrets. How do men view you? Oh my goodness, you have some extreme like sexual feelings that you pull out of men. Okay, so isn't this cute little thing? Just take this out. Okay, so group number 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to try to write it as quickly as possible so you guys don't get bored. We have the 9th house on I Want It Bad. We have Saturn on sensual and kind of heaven, so I'm going to do both. That sounds kind of nice, the sensual heaven. We have Scorpio on frame. Scorpio on frame. We have Libra on drugs. Libra is beauty, drugs, addiction. We have the 7th house on nervous. You make men nervous. Your beauty. There's a lot here of your physical beauty and your body that came through. Okay. So group number 2, how do men view you? So the 9th house is the house of traveling and learning, and it's a very abundant place. It's Sagittarius. It's so positive. And so I think too, there's something about your aura and your soul and your beliefs and the way you present yourself and kind of talk and communicate, because Sag is your beliefs, right? And it's learning about others' beliefs and the philosophies of life, and having kind of that house of the guru, and it's all about traveling, and it's very free. And it's interesting because when you see something like so precious, like a butterfly, everybody wants it. Or when you see like a star, like it would be so nice to just grab it and have it. But these things that are away from us or higher than us, or especially because the 9th house is high in the chart, they're not easy to get. And not everybody can travel all the time, right? And not everyone can just take off work and travel or have the money and the means to go to all these different places. And it's something that you make men want. So people are wanting, but it's just you. Like you are that destination. Like you are that vacation. You are that holiday, and it's something that they really want. We have Saturn connected to sensual and heaven. I guess we can just combine that together. With Saturn, this is restrictions and delays, and needing to work for something and needing something to be grounded. And we have this sensual heaven. So I feel that men view you as someone that's like a very good kisser, someone that smells very good. The hair is very soft. The hair is very pretty. The cuddling is nice. The body's nice. I feel that for some of you, there's a kind of a voluptuous feeling by being with you, like in your skin. Like your skin feels super soft. It feels like heaven. And so, okay, so with Saturn is the daddy and really likes to build something. And since it is restrictions, it does like to have and to keep and to hold. And so I feel that men really like this. They want that. They would like to go to central heaven with you. And so we have Scorpio on frame. So Scorpio is quite deep and loyal and addictive. And when Scorpionic energy comes in, it sees something it likes and it wants to know everything about it, and it wants all of it, and it wants it to itself. And so I feel that when men view you, they're viewing this body as something that is intense. They're viewing it as something that is mysterious, and you're pulling out a very Scorpionic feeling within them. I feel too, since Scorpio could be dark, like darker, right? And it represents the 8th house. There could be darker hair, there could be darker eyes. If they're not dark in color, they could be dark in the way they communicate. And that just means dark as in something that hasn't been seen fully. So there's a lot of mystery in the eyes. And so we have Libra on drugs. So with Libra, it's all about beauty and aesthetics and making things fair. And it's very sweet to listen to, and it's very beautiful to see. And it's connected to drugs. And drugs, you know, drugs, like, they can just be so addictive. I don't do drugs, but I feel like people, you know, okay, what I'm trying to say is that men view you as the beauty is addictive. The beauty is something that people will do anything to get drugs, and they'll spend all, you know, the last dollar they have to get drugs. They'll live on the street for drugs. It's kind of crazy because it just takes everything over, makes your mind and body dependent on it. So people, men, or I said people, maybe you also have like men and women like you in that way, but you look kind of addictive in appearance. And I feel that Libras, like Libra risings, for instance, are so interesting because they come off as quite perfect, and they're charismatic, and they know how to look at both sides of things, and they're very calm and they're relaxed, and they know to go in and how to make everything beautiful. And so men view you as something, like, they view you in that light as quite like perfect, very pretty, very precise. And we have the 7th house connected to nervous, which is interesting because the 7th house is the house of Libra. And so there's a lot of Libra-like energy that's coming through. This is the house of marriage. So I feel that men view you as someone that they would marry. I feel like they would view you as someone that they take very serious. With that can make them very nervous. Also, though, at times they could maybe see you as that you're nervous. Maybe you feel nervous because you have a lot of people looking at you, and you have a lot of people, it just feels like a lot of people are watching you. Because if we look at her, it's almost like she is looking up and she needs help, and they're viewing you as someone that does get a lot of looks, and that a lot of people do look at you, and a lot of people do stare at you. And so maybe since you are very beautiful and very pretty, that it maybe can make you feel a little bit tense sometimes, or a little bit nervous. Not saying that you look scared, but there is something here that there is a lot of people looking. A lot. Okay, so we are going to go now, and we're going to get some OG Tarot here on how do men view group. Interesting. 2 of Swords, group number 2, and the 2 of Swords. So with this is someone that has decisions to make. And so I think that it even says here, being torn between 2 relationships. So men view you as someone that has a lot of options. Look at that again. You have the 2, and you are the second group. That's kind of interesting. And we have the Fool. Maybe someone's 20, maybe someone's 22, 27, 29. That'll connect with somebody. I'll just throw it out there. Why not? Interesting. We have so much here of like choosing something or making a decision or going back and forth. So men are viewing you as someone who's also very busy. Maybe you're juggling work and school or kids, or just trying to have a social life or trying to travel. We have the Fool. So the Fool is so precious because someone has to be the Fool and someone has to take the leap. And we all have to be the Fool at some point in our life where we're like, you know what, fuck it. Like, nobody's done this before, but there's nothing more, nothing will fulfill me like this new adventure that I'm on. And so there's something here that feels quite innocent about you, kind of spontaneous, exciting. So it is kind of that youthful, traveling feeling. So men view you as someone who's very fun to be around, someone who's very funny, someone who's very exciting, and someone who's very different and not afraid to go your own way in life. And two, since the Fool is so innocent and it really does just go out there and like take the leap. And we have this girl and she's so innocent, she's so precious. There's something about your physical appearance that looks incredibly young. So you look very young for your age. We have Death in reversal. So this is interesting because we have Death in reversal by a card that's so open and just down to jump and take the jump into life. And so men are viewing you as someone that's maybe hard to see or hard to meet or hard to get a hold of too, because they're seeing you as someone that has a lot of choices, right? You have kind of like everything's in your hands of what you want. You have a lot of options. So, and since we have here inability to move forward, I think they're viewing you as someone who's quite hard to reach and get a hold of, because you have a lot going on, and so you're not always there or available for everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead and tap into some sexy cards. So group number 2. Okay, so we have the Ace of Chalices. So lots of kissing, cuddling, overflow of precious and pure emotions, because in the OG deck we have the dove on top. And so they men view you as some, like, this is gonna sound weird, but just like you're wet, okay? Like you're wet and like your body's very healthy, okay? You're very, very healthy, like everything's working really incredible in your body. Also, you could be okay with like shedding tears or having emotions or having kind of a glossiness to your eyes as well. This Ace of Cups is kind of like they're hanging out in bed all day and like kissing and enjoying each other. So I feel like men view you as someone who's a very good kisser as well. We have the High Priestess. I love that. Another 2 or 11 energy. So, and that's interesting, because one of the strongest things that how men view you is your intuitive abilities. So the High Priestess is so interesting, and she has all this wisdom, and it's everything came from within her. She has these keys here, and so I feel like you're able to unlock other people's intuition, and that's something that's very intriguing. The eyes are really interesting. The eyes are full of mystery. The eyes speak so much. The body is banging and so fucking sexy. She's pretty. Like, I really like just her curves. Like, she's very curvaceous. Like, you know, she has a lot of curves, very sensual. She's not wearing shoes. She's kind of free. She's also, they're viewing you as someone that they feel comfortable around, because we have this little kitty who just is kind of just at her feet and wants to be with her. So it feels like animals are connected with you, like children are connected with you. You feel like a very safe person. We also have this book here, so they view you as someone who likes to read, or someone who's curious, or someone who likes to learn, someone who likes to do tarot. Let's go ahead and do another one. Okay, this one came out intense. The 7 of Cups. I have to be careful with her because her titties are showing. So there's a lot here to do with the breasts as well. So I feel like men, they really love your breasts. In this one, they're like very perky. They almost look like breast implants, but this other one, they sit a little bit more natural and they're kind of falling to the side. So I could see some like natural ones and some fake ones. With the Seven of Chalices, it's very dreamy. We get to go into fantasy land. There's a lot of imagination. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of just, I feel like you pull this out of people, and we have 7-7. There's a deep spiritual connection by being with you. I feel that they view you as someone that could actually fulfill a lot of desires, like a lot of sexual desires, a lot of things that they haven't really spoken about. And it is that sensual heaven that they take very serious, and they're kind of willing to put in the work. 7-7, that is also Libra. And we have the 7th house over here of nervous. I feel that you also make men nervous because they could get going on the 7 of Cups imagination fantasy land that they go to. Let's go ahead and get another one. I'm having a lot of fun with this reading. Oh my gosh, we have death on top of death. Isn't that weird? That's really cool. Okay, so with this, since this one's upright and this one's in reversal, there is this, okay, so this is so cool. This has never happened before, I don't think. How do men view you? Well, in some ways, they view you as someone who comes in that is like a powerful spiritual powerhouse, like that's able to transform all of the bad and the toxic and able to completely create something new out of something that was dark and scary and fucked up. And so I feel that you take men to places that they've never been before. You make men feel things that they haven't felt before. She's very, like, she's not here to play, like, she's not here to play. It's really interesting. And we can read what this says. So we have letting go, endings, change, release, cleansing, purging, stripping away the worthless matter. Fuck, that's intense. And so I feel that when men view you, they view you as someone who's not afraid to go deep, like someone who's not afraid to talk about deep things and dark things. But I think it's hard for them because since we have death upright and then death in reversal here, it feels that in some ways you do that, right? You are very intense and you strip away old beliefs that no longer serve you, but you're so busy and you have so many options that I feel that they want to go with you in this intense like transformation. But you're not for everybody. You're not open for everybody. You're not trying to see everybody in that way. And so that actually creates a lot more desire. So let's go ahead and since this is so spiritual and it's very intuitive and it's a very deep read, I'm curious on how do men view group number 2 spiritually. Oh, whoa, look at how bright that is. So number 4, and we have like a little, it looks like a crown almost. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it to you. I think it's kind of fun when I read from the book. Consciousness of conditioning. When we feel stuck in a situation not of our choosing, especially when the situation feels negative, we often need to bring some previously unconscious conditioning into conscious awareness. At a deep level, we may have been denied the right to be respected. Becoming aware of this allows for the possibility of a new, less defensive, and less aggressive way of being. Just because you've believed something to be true in the past, it doesn't mean it's beyond question now. Can you shed a layer of your conditioned mind so that more gentleness towards yourself and perhaps even others can soften your worldview? You can overcome a persistent negative pattern now. Doing so begins with the realization that such spiritual success is possible. That's really interesting. I feel that they view you as someone who's spiritually successful. And what's cool about that is once the alignment is there spiritually, everything's spiritual. Life is spiritual. We are spiritual. We are spirits. So that means money spiritual and connections are spiritual and everything in life. And so you are like this master manifester. And so men view you as someone who's a very incredible and powerful soul that could come in and to change and to transform things that were this way or were thought of this way, and you're able to enlighten them on this new way of being and this new way of seeing the world. So let's go ahead and get some of these little letters. We have K, we have D, we have 4, so maybe some Aries here. 7, Libra. We have so much 7s. 777, so that's very lucky. It's almost like when you're at the casino and you get that, it's like, whoa, like everybody look. Okay, we have 2, we have L, we have B, we have R, we have G, we have M. Also too, with 777 and everybody look and everybody's looking and it's kind of loud and the casino's going off and everything, it feels that men view you in that way, right? It's like, oh my gosh, dude, look. And then they're like hitting their friend and they're all kind of checking you out. So that's cute. Okay, it says I love, it says T, but that could make you nervous, like if that many people are looking at you. We have H, we have O, we have U, we have F, we have C, we have 6, so maybe we have some Virgos up in here. We have P, we have W, we have J, we have N, we have a heart, we have 2. So we definitely have some Taurus energy up in here somewhere. 27. Let's go ahead and get one more. Let's get 2 more. We have 3. We got some Gemini energy and we have V. So you guys, that is what came through. I hope it connected with you. I hope it resonated. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I will see you again very soon. Okay, bye. Hello, beautifuls. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and get very relaxed and comfortable as we dive in. So group number 3, how do men view you? So we have rebellion. So I love that. That's fun. That's sexy. Okay, so with this, I think that you're not afraid to speak your mind. They're seeing you as someone who's really interesting, someone who's really warm and kind of hypnotic and different to see this type of person, because a lot of people follow what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to say it and what they need to be, and fuck that, right? And so it feels like with you, there's a rebellious, kind of mischievous look in your eye. There's a curiosity to learn. There's something within you that doesn't take no for an answer. And I feel like, too, you actually bring out some rebellious feelings in men where they're kind of willing to break rules or things that they've kind of set up, like I wouldn't do this or I won't do that. With you, it's kind of willing to break those walls down and do things that they usually wouldn't. So let's go ahead and sprinkle these on top. Let's go. Okay. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so I hope you're hyped like me. Okay, so group number 3, how do men view you? I'm going to write this down. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible so you guys don't get bored. And let's get into it. So we have the 10th house on warm. We have Capricorn on hypnotic. We have Neptune on hair. That's very mermaid to me. We have the 8th house on thrill. And we have Virgo on, I'm going to go with sensual. I think if Virgos want to be sensual, they could do that quite well because they're so detailed. So shout out Virgos. Okay. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Okay. Mars, whatever. Okay. So my group number 3. So how do men view you? Oh, also I wanted to, I was so into what I was saying about the card. I didn't read from the book and the other ones I read, but for some reason with you I got so excited. And it's funny because I'm on the 3rd group, so I usually would be getting tired by now, but there's something very exciting about you, and you make them feel excited. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. Okay, so you are being called to follow your own soul's path. It is a wonderful thing when you truly become yourself and find what you love. That is so true. I feel like when I see someone doing what they really love and they're lost in the moment and there's a happiness there, it makes me happy. So I feel that you do something worth fucking showing, because the 10th house is our career and our status and what we're known for. And so I feel that you could be really good at like something artistic. Maybe you're good at like dancing or drawing or creating something. You could also be very athletic. It could also just be representing your personality, and it could be very warm. And so I feel that men want to kind of take you and show you off, because the 10th house is something we really want everybody to look at. And so, and we have a lot of 10th house energy here, actually. We have Capricorn. So with this, we have that connected to hypnotic. Megan Fox is a rising Capricorn. And I remember in high school especially, every guy was so in love with Megan Fox. I think they were like, she was their screensaver pretty much. And so with that too, it feels like men view you as someone who's very popular. They view you like the lips are very pretty, the smile's very pretty, the teeth are very nice. It looks very, they're viewing you as someone very sexual, like you have a lot of sexual energy. I feel like you're not afraid to show it. There's a lot of like your eyes are very hypnotic, they speak a lot. With this too, it feels like you can put people in a trance. Capricorn is restrictions and delays and very serious. So I feel that they view you is they really seriously get hypnotized by this. It's super sexy. I feel too that like the fingers are pretty, the hands are pretty, the body language is pretty, the way you carry yourself is very pretty. We have Neptune connected to hair, so that's kind of fun. So with Neptune is dreamy and spiritual and soft and quite feminine. And so your hair is something that's very noticeable when men view you. It's very pretty. And I feel too, since Neptune could be very mermaid-like, maybe your hair is very long, you like to curl it, you like to do like waves in it, kind of aquamarine, just that Neptunian hair, right? Because she had like blue in her hair. Okay, so then we have the 8th house with thrill. So I definitely can see that energy. Oh, also 810, that's Leo energy. That's Kylie Jenner's birthday. Kylie Jenner is a rising Capricorn, which she is so famous and very rich, and everybody knows who Kylie Jenner is. And so men view you as someone who looks very rich, someone who's very well known, someone who's very powerful too, because 8 is a powerful number, and so is 33. And so with the 8th house, this is the house of secrets. It's a house of all sort of things that people hide. And it's a house of intimacy and stress and sex and things that are incredible, but things that are incredibly difficult as well. And that's connected to thrill. So men view you as someone that has kind of a lot of secrets, and they get a thrill from this. They view you as someone who's very dark, in a good way. You could like psychology, you could like learning, you could be very inclined through like astrology or tarot or things that are hidden. Sometimes like very strong, like super smart scientific people are in the 8th house, or people that make a lot of money are in the 8th house too. So there's something to do with like this power and success that people view you. And I feel that they really imagine and play out different scenarios and different like thoughts and fantasies when it comes out to sex, because the 8th house is a house of sex, and sex with you would be a thrill. And so we have Virgo connected to sensual. So with this is interesting because Virgos are very detail oriented, and they're very meticulous, and they are in the here, and they are in the now, and they are paying attention to everything, and that's connected to a very sensual part of you. So I feel that, and I believe Virgo is connected to the stomach. And so I feel that men really like your stomach. I think it's very sexy. Maybe you have a belly ring or you like to work out. I feel that there's actually a lot of fantasizing about you in this reading, but this is not what that's about, but I do feel like they do that. Let's go ahead and get some tarot on how do men view you. This is interesting. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess and the 6 of Swords in reversal. And the 9 of Cups. Okay, what an interesting, complex spread we have on how they're viewing you. So with the 9 of Swords, very interesting. The 9 of Swords, I feel like, has a lot of pressure on themselves sometimes. I feel like they have a lot going on. They, I think, hold themselves to very high standards, and I feel that you do that. And so I feel that men view you as someone who's very busy and someone that has a lot going on, someone who's very powerful and not afraid to kind of take those things on, because it's a lot of stress with the 9 of Swords. But it's very interesting. I actually really feel like this is almost a feeling, because we have so much here with being very well known, being very warm, being very hypnotic, being very powerful, and being very pretty and sexy, and having this strong sense of rebelliousness. I feel that this can actually cause anxiety, because I feel when someone is this powerful and they know what they're capable of and they know the power that they have within them, it's not like they're always available. Like, it's not like they're always there, always texting back. They have a lot going on, which can cause a lot of anxiety. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a very bougie card to me. It's very, there's a lot of money here flowing in. There's a lot of abundance. This abundance was created from within. So they see you as someone who looks really good, looks really yummy, looks like you have everything you need to create and to create whatever it is in your life, especially that has to do with the means of creating things that are really worth a lot of money. We have the 9 of Cups. So this is the wish card, the yes card, the card you want. We're overflowing with fulfillment, and it's so nice, and we feel so successful, and we feel so good, and it's nothing that, this is all like an inner world of watery abundance. And so they're viewing you as someone who's very internally fulfilled, someone who's very spiritual, someone who is able to acquire all of their worth from going within, right? So it's a very dreamlike. We have Pisces and Jupiter. Those are both ruled by Jupiter, so it's a very spiritual feeling. We have the Six of Swords in reversal, so this is quite interesting. Trouble coming out. So with the Six of Swords, this is someone who's possibly staying home. So this is interesting. Men could view you as someone who really likes to stay home and really likes to like stay home and read and stuff, because the High Priestess, if she's doing something, she's doing a lot of inner work. That's what she is, right? And she could be, you know, learning about the subconscious mind, learning about her spirit guides. She could be praying. She could be doing esoteric practices. And it's a lot of just inner work and actually connecting with the moon, with the dreams and nighttime. And so men view you as someone who's very mysterious, someone that they would like to see more, someone that should come out and shine this bright and warm light, this rebellious, interesting light, but maybe isn't always out, isn't always about, especially because we do have the 8th house, which, you know, that's things that are hidden from us. So in many ways, you are hidden from them, right? With the 9 of Swords too, that could be coming out because there's a certain amount of depth that they know that you have. And with that too, when someone's very deep, it's not that could connect with different things. Like, it's not just sex, like being able to go deep into like deep and intimate sex and like relating and connecting, but it could also be really knowing and discovering your own darkness within yourself. So they know that you're wise and they know that you're not afraid to go in those places. We have the Magician. So the Magician has everything he needs. All of the power is within, and he has all the right tools to make it happen. And so men view you as someone who's very powerful and able to manifest like amazing or awesome things in your life. Ooh, this card's very sexy. So with this 4 of Pentacles, it looks like she's wearing like a matching lingerie set, and it's kind of fallen down, so you can like kind of see her like breasts and like her nipples, and they're really pretty, and her eyes are closed, and this guy is so in love with her. Oh my goodness. And she's not even looking at him, her eyes are closed, and she's kind of like luscious. Her legs are a little bit thicker and she's wearing heels, so they could just view you in that way. And it's Pentacles, so this is a lot of earthy energy viewing you. I'm all like, they're viewing you as someone who's a very good kisser, like really nice cuddling, like back scratches, like connecting or back tickling or whatever, just connecting. We have this fire in the background, so it's also someone who's very passionate. We could be tapping into some Aries too. We have another Pentacles. So this is interesting. Again, she has this sexy little lingerie and it's falling down, and her breasts are sitting very naturally, very nice. So the breasts are like a really big focus on how men view you, so they're very sexy. Again, she's not even looking at him, but he's like looking at her and like following her. So let's go ahead and get some more. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh, guys, I wish I could show you these, because it just, you know, it's all right. I know we're on YouTube. So Knave of Swords. So I'll kind of just explain. So she's kind of like bending over and arching her back, and she's wearing cute little heels. They're not really like super tall, but just like medium size, and she's he's just staring at her, and again, she's not paying attention to him. So, and maybe that's that rebelliousness of not really caring and not being desperate and not needing attention because it's coming anyway. And so let's go ahead and get one more on how do men view group number 3. Okay, and we have the World. So he's worshiping at her feet. She has very sexy, like thick legs and a really nice body. Her body, like, she has a really pretty arch in her back, and he's kissing her feet. Okay, so that might connect with somebody somewhere. And what's really cool is people view, like, men view you as someone that's very well traveled. They view you with the World. she's experienced all the different major arcanas. She's very mature. She's learned so much. She knows about herself, especially because we have the High Priestess connected with, one another. And so they could actually view you too as someone who likes to travel. With the world, it's connecting all the different zodiac signs. So we could just be tapping into a lot of different signs. You could have a lot of different elements of your personality, right? Because planets are talking about different aspects of our personality. I think you have a really cool way of being able to communicate very deeply and very profoundly, and being able to create this world of imagination in men. And so let's go ahead and let's get a couple of these on how do men view group number 3. We have pretty hair. We had hair here. There's a lot going on about men, they think your hair is very pretty. We have the ideal lover. So I got these from Robert Greene's Art of Seduction book. So lures in men by figuring out what people long for the most in life, then modifying their own personality. I don't really think you're doing it in a fake way, but I do think men know that you have a really interesting way to connect, be a good listener, to ask questions, to want to learn about them, want to learn about your life, and also just connect those back to your life. Your beauty is otherworldly, as if from another realm. And that's cool because we have the world, and so there's a worldly, maybe you look different from people that are in your certain area. So we have Princess Queen energy. So I just thought this is very Leo-like as well. So very star-like. With that too, with Queen energy, I feel like that's somebody who has very good posture. So the posture is very good. The confidence is very good because with queens, they're always speaking or talking in front of people, and we do have 8-10, which does rule Leo. So dark beauty, mysterious as the night. So there's a lot of mystery here. The 8th house is the house of mystery, and the High Priestess, the first word it says is mystery. So they'll want to keep reading this book of you. So let's go ahead and get one more card on how do men view you in a spiritual sense. Oh, that's pretty. So we have this super bright color. All these beautiful colors. So number 27. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Truth behind the images. Sometimes we believe what others tell us we are, as though the self we see reflected through their eyes is somehow more compelling than what we know ourselves to be. Yet the accuracy of reflection depends on the clarity of that which is doing the reflecting. The moon can only reflect the sun in varying degrees of faithfulness. It is not a matter of ill will, it is the mechanics of the situation. Take care that you don't allow the images others form of you to interfere with you learning how to know, validate, and believe in yourself. Attempting to see a full sun in the partiality of the moon doesn't lead to clarity. Turn your gaze inwards and seek a direct experience of your true nature. There you will find steadying reassurance and peaceful strength. That's really cool because I feel like it really goes back to the connection we had with you being rebellious and you being you. And so one of the most sexiest things that you have is this ability to be you, even if people try to project things or to say shit or whatever, you know the power that you have within yourself. And that's really cool. Not only is it cool and someone like maybe you have a crush on or how men are viewing you, but what an incredible thing to have just within yourself, because it shows that you're not easily manipulated or told what to do. We have number 1, very number 1 energy. We have 2. Maybe somebody is 21. We have W. We have 3. We have 4. We have 5. We have 6. We have 7. We have 8. We have 9. We have 10. We have 11. We have 12. We have 13. We have 14. We have 15. We have 16. We have 17. We have 18. We have 19. We have 20. We have 21. We have 22. We have 23. We have 24. We have 25. We have 26. We have 27. We have 28. We have 29. We have 30. We have 31. We have 32. We have 33. We have 34. We have 35. We have 36. We have 37. We have 38. We have 39. We have 40. We have 41. We have 42. We have 43. We have 44. We have 45. We have 46. We have 47. We have 48. We have 49. We have 50. We have 51. We have 52. We have 53. We have 54. We have 55. We have 56. We have 57. We have 58. We have 59. We have 60. We have 61. We have 62. We have 63. We have 64. We have 65. We have 66. We have 67. We have 68. We have 69. We have 70. We have 71. We have 72. We have 73. We have 74. We have 75. We have 76. We have 77. We have 78. We have K. It feels like you win. Like you're just supposed to win at life, or you're winning at life, and they really view you in that way. We have the 7th house, or the 7th day. We could be connecting with some Virgos. We have M. We have B. We have H. We have 4. We have F. We have a heart, so they view you as very loving. We have A. We have U. We have T. We have E. We have Y. We have S. We have Z. We have R. And let's go ahead. We have O. Let's just go ahead and get one more. And we have D. So you guys, I hope that connected with you. I hope it resonated. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I will see you again very soon. Good night. Hello, beautifuls. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and just get very relaxed and comfortable as we dive in. So with this card, one of the most striking things that I noticed was her beauty. And I don't know if she knows the power that she has just in her physical appearance. So men view you in this way. They view you as you're so pretty, these eyes, this face shape, this hair that you have, her pretty hands, like her shoulders, all of it, her lips, her nose, her eyes, everything. To me, this card is so striking. And does she know that? Does she know how fucking beautiful she is? And so I feel that when men view you for the, and they meet you, especially for the first time, she's very striking. So you're very striking upon meeting, okay? This card also talks about someone who's not afraid to say sorry, right? And so, or not afraid to be connected with your feelings. So that's really beautiful, and that's really incredible, because sometimes that tries to be shunned out, where it just feels like sometimes that we can't have feelings or emotions or be tapped into this femininity or this intuition. But with you, there's these beautiful eyes, these eyes full of so much. There's so much going on within you, and there's so much intuition here. So let's go ahead and go deeper into it. Okay, I love this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write it as quickly as possible, and I'll talk about it when I do it so you guys don't get bored. But if you want to fast forward, you can. Okay, so, oh, this is so cute. I love this. We have Scorpio on frequency. Oops. We have the 3rd house on smile. We have Virgo on skin. Oh, guys, did you just see that? Oh, man. Okay. I need to be more like a Virgo and be perfect. Okay. We have the 8th house on hair. We have Uranus on... Oh my gosh, you serious? On I Want It Bad. Okay, that is just fitting. Oh my gosh, guys, I was in such a weird mood yesterday. I was making so many stupid jokes and shit, and I have no idea what was going on with me. Do you ever get into weird moods? Okay. I was like calling my sister. We couldn't stop laughing. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So my group number 4, we have Scorpio connected to frequency. So men view you, well, Scorpios, we have a lot of scorpionic energy actually. So with this, this frequency is kind of your aura and kind of what you're putting out into the world. So men actually view you as someone who's very deep, someone who's very sexual, because Scorpio rules as genitals. I'm not saying sexual like promiscuous, but I'm saying that like deep and loving, and Scorpios are very loyal. So, and the eye contact is just unmatched. When it's platonic and when it's like that, you can't really look away. And so men view your eyes to be very mysterious, maybe darker in color or darker in the way that they communicate or talk. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and it's interesting. We have the third house of talking and communication and mental stimulation, and that's connected to smile, and that's so cute. So with this, I feel that men view you as someone who, your words, the way you communicate, the way you talk, like your jokes, just what you're talking about makes them smile. And two, I just think you have a beautiful smile, an incredible smile, and that's something that they really notice. And we have Virgo connected to skin. So Virgos, they are so perfect, they are so detail oriented, they really care about the little things in life. They're very meticulous, and if anyone's here and paying attention, it's Virgos. And so with this, it feels like your skin is very like glass-like or very pretty. You have a skincare routine, or there's something about your skin that just seems very perfect, very beautiful. We have the 8th house connected to hair. Oh, that reminds me of Mean Girls. Like, her hair is so big. It's because it's full of secrets, because the 8th house is secrets. Okay, those are only for the girls that watch Mean Girls. So with this, since the 8th house is something that we hide from other people, and our hair in a way like hides us, and if you actually look at her hair is covering all around her and kind of using it as her shirt. So there's something to do with men viewing your hair as a part of your mystery. So it could be very long, it could be dark, it could be very different. And I feel that they really want to kind of push your hair back and to really see more, like see more of your face, and to really see the beauty of your face actually. So we have this Aquarius energy connected to I Want It Bad. So Aquariuses are very unique and different. They walk their own path in life, and they're always doing something that's way ahead of everybody else. And so there's something rebellious about you. I believe the Fool in the tarot is ruled by Aquarius, and that's where we really make this jump and this leap into life and going our own way into life. So there's a little bit of a spontaneous feeling by being with you. Anything that makes you weird or that makes you different, it makes them want you more. So if you have anything unique, maybe like some unique tattoos, unique freckles, just anything that isn't like every single other person, actually makes you so much more desirable and so much more sexy. We have this, and you could also just be into weird things, since we do have the 8th house of hidden, dark, interesting things and like psychology and stuff. And we have this Aquarius energy, which is very different, and the 3rd house of learning. So we have the 6 of Wands. So definitely seeing you as someone who's very confident, almost so confident that you're refusing their offers. We have the Empress. A bunch of cards are falling out. I would just like one card. Okay, thank you. We have the 7 of Pentacles, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so how do men view group number 4? So what I'm seeing here is the 6 of Wands knows what's up, and knows what's up to him and what he believes in, and he's so victorious and successful, and he has amazing posture, and he's really well known. And so I feel that men view you as someone who's very popular. Like, even if you feel like, okay, I just want to be my secret scorpionic 8th house of just myself, my weird self, there's something also that's very warm about you, very bright about you. The communication is cool, the communication is interesting, the smile is gorgeous, and this is something that they see and something that they want to show, because the Six of Wands is down to go out and to show something off. And so we have this Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups, we're like, okay, we're gonna see if the person we like wants to hang out. And then we get the Four of Cups and we're like, oh, like they said no. What? Like, come out. And so what I'm seeing with that is I feel that men view you as someone that isn't always down to hang out with them, or isn't always down to write them back, or just isn't desperate. I think that the Four of Cups, even though he has this offer, like, here's this cup, do you want it? And his hands are folded and he's pretty stubborn on not taking that opportunity. So it just feels like, though, within your core, in the middle of you, we have the Empress. So the Empress is very creative and she's really cool to talk to because she's a number 3 energy. She's a really good mom, such a good mom, caring about others, caring about her friends, caring about her family. She is surrounded by all this nature, and it's like animals want to be around her and kids want to be around her and everybody wants to be around this Empress. And she's also just incredibly pretty and she embodies all of the queens. So men view you as someone who's very balanced, someone who's really interesting to talk to, someone who's very mommy. Like, just, it almost feels like you could be very mom-like. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, we're working hard for something that is really worth it, and making those investments and putting in the work, even if it's difficult. And so that's really amazing. And it feels like, too, for some reason, that they view you as someone who, I don't know, I'm getting pulled back into this, but with this Empress, the Empress is going to be really good at kissing, and she is going to be taking care of all the body's senses and playing music and making sure everything is soft and the blankets are soft and the kissing is soft and the lips are soft, the skin is soft. And so men really view you in this way. And it's just really like a patient energy. They view you as very giving, like, right? Like very sexually giving too. We have the Two of Pentacles, which I feel that this is a balance, right? And we have different things going on. We could be quite busy, a lot of stuff going on, and being able to kind of handle the different things of life. And so they view you as someone that is really busy. You could be going to school and working, or having your own creative fun thing, or you like to cook, or you like to bake, or you have kids, or you just have something going on that you have that you're having to need to balance. It could even be something to do with learning, because the 8th house is like hidden things, and the 3rd house is that, like, that learning vibe. We have the Knight of Chalices. So this is a very romantic feeling. So men view you, they actually view you as like, you could be very romantic. You could be smooth talking. You could be charming. You could be very nice to talk to. With this, I can't show you, but she's in the water and she's actually naked, and it's very sexy, and she's very pretty, like with her hands, and she's a little bit thicker, and she has a really sexy arch in her back, and her hair is kind of straight. It has a little bit of waves, and she's making direct eye contact with him. So and she's kind of luring him into the water, and she's skinny dipping, so she's kind of breaking the rules too. So let's get more. Ooh, so we have the Nine of Chalices. So this is very sexy. I feel that they view you as someone who'd be really good on top. And she's wearing very sexy and cute lingerie, and her hands are very pretty. I don't know why, but all of the hands are so gorgeous. We really could be tapping into like very strong mercurial energy. Again, the eye contact is they are looking at each other. So Your eyes are very pretty, they're very seductive, and again and again and again, the eyes are coming out in this reading. So it is one of the most strongest things that men notice when they see you. We have the Four of Wands. So this is very fun. This is like a party. This is something we're celebrating as they're just hooking up on the swing. And so that's kind of fun. I don't know. It's kind of random. So I feel like with the Four of Wands too, if I'm looking at that as how someone's viewing someone, talk about like such a fun person, someone to enjoy, someone to really be around, someone to have a fun ass time with, because the Four of Wands is a celebration, and it's also the marriage, like a very marriage like card. So I feel that men view you as someone that they would like to marry. In this, it's like from the back, it's very sexy. So they really like that side of you, and again from the back again. So there's men view like you have a very nice arch in your back. I think it's very sexy. We have a horse here, the Knight of Wands. They're riding a horse together. So again, there's a lot of romantic. They view you like very romantic. I feel like you can actually communicate romantic things that make them smile, since that's the third house of communication. So let's go ahead and pull one more card from the sexy deck. We have the High Priestess. So she has everything she needs within herself. She also likes to read. She has these keys into her intuition, and since her intuition is so good, she's able to find out things about other people and just things that she's curious about. And she's very mysterious, and we may never know exactly what's going on with her. And so men feel that way. They may not ever know exactly what's happening with you, but that's actually going to create a lot more curiosity, a lot more like, I would like the next book of you. I finished this chapter. I finished this one. Can I get another one? So let's go ahead and get some more. Your beauty is otherworldly, as if from another realm. So with this, I felt like it could be quite mermaid-like, very fairy-like, very princessy-like, very in another realm. It could almost be like in a storybook. So let's go ahead. Oh my goodness, we have hair. So we have a lot to do with the hair being very pretty. We have captivating gaze tingled with mischief. So with the third house, I feel like that's exactly what it is. It's a lot of communication, a lot of talking, a lot of interesting things going on with Gemini. And with that, it could be really funny because my mom's a Gemini, and she just has this awesome way of like lighting up the room and like saying really cute things. And I'm like, oh, that, like, she's so cute. I'm protective over my mom. I love her. And so I feel like that's kind of how men view you too, is that they're very protective over you. So, oh look, we have that you're a tease and you like to play hot and cold sometimes. That's interesting because I think too, the third house is a house that we really talk a lot and we know a lot of information. And with the eighth house, we know a lot of information, but we are not telling anybody. And so there is kind of that funness of being like hot, being cold. They view you as someone maybe like to tease, like actually with your hands or with your leg or with the words that you say. So let's go ahead and pull one more. And I was really curious on how do men view you in a spiritual sense. And with this one, I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. And if you like when I read you the cards, if you can just drop a comment and let me know. Okay, so really cool card. Lots of color. Okay, we have 41. It feels almost like psychedelic. Let's see here. Where's my little book? Okay, we have starting over. Your heart knows when to leave something or someone behind as you move on with your life. All situations have a loving higher purpose, even the difficult ones that can invoke grief over loss. You don't need to force the pace of your healing, but nor should you hide from your healing process through distractions or by keeping busy. You can only partake of the gift of starting over when you fully acknowledge what has run its course. It is time to put the past, especially a painful past, to rest. Whether that means simply letting go of the happenings of this particular day or a long-term commitment or condition, only your heart can know in each moment. So tune in and listen to what your heart is telling you. Starting over does not eradicate the valuable growth of your past experiences. It is a chance to begin with a fresh spiritual ledger with many new possibilities and promises of grace. Be optimistic for what your life can be. And I feel like this is something you embody. I feel like you know the light, you know the dark, you know you have been in certain places that you would never go back to. And since you do have this gift of depth where you have been in deep places, you have been in dark places, you do know light and you do know darkness, that you get to go out into the world and you get to say, I'm sorry that you went through that, right? And there's a lot of compassion and there's a lot of love. And in this, we have all the different colors. So it's really cool. I feel like men view you as someone who's very open and very loving and doesn't judge people by like how much money they have, where they come from, what's the color of their skin, what are their spiritual beliefs, what are their philosophies of life. Like, you're just open in this love, and that's what it is. It's pure love. So we have J, we have the number 5, so we could have some Leos up in here. We have V, we have P, we have F, we have U, we have C, we have T, we have O, we have X, O, F. Does someone have OnlyFans? No, I'm just kidding. But there could just be like sexiness. Maybe some of you guys send sexy pictures sometimes, or they're just really wanting some sexy pictures. We have A, we have D, we have 2, so we could be tapping in to some Tauruses, or 7, we could be tapping into some Libras. We have T, we have K, we have M, we have S, we have A, oh yeah, okay, we have A twice, we have Y, sorry, that happens sometimes because it kind of whatever comes out. We have I love, we have B, and we have another heart. So you guys, I hope that connected with you. I hope it resonated. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.